Basics for Cook Radio. Today's show has been brought to you by Loved by Me and Inspired by Me, apparel and book series. You can shop online at www.taquitamorgan.com. Today we have an amazing guest, Coach Rashaad of Raw Energy. Tune in for more great information. Had an amazing fitness trainer, yoga instructor, wellness coach. I mean, look, guys, if you want to know, how to get yourself in the tip-top shape, we got the guy that's going to get you there. None other than Trainer Rashaad with Raw Energy Fitness. Let's welcome him on board, you guys. Give him a big round of applause. That's what I'm talking about. Man, what's going on, brother? How you doing today, man? Say hello to the guest.
What's going on, people? It's Trainer Rashaad with Raw Energy Fitness. It's time to tap in, tune in, and turn on. Okay, let's get right. Holistically, body, mind, spirit, all. Let's tap into your raw energy.
Man, tap in, man. I last time I was in the gym with this guy, tapped out. He had us doing planks, man, and I tell you what, I tried to talk the talk, but I just could not walk the walk, and he got me good, man. I had the whole gym laughing at me, too, man. I ain't been back since, man, all because of that. No, I'm just kidding. But, nah, man, so today we're going to talk about some interesting stuff, man. So, but first of all, man, what got you into fitness? Tell us all about it, man. What's your story?
And so really, in short, reason I got in fitness, I've always been active, really, as a kid. Always, wanted to play sports, and I was into basketball. Always wanted to be the fastest kid running, all that stuff. So played some basketball a little bit in middle school, high school. Always played a little bit of football on the side, but I was into everything, really. So I've always been active, but have not always been healthy or really in shape, especially during high school, working for McDonald's. That was bad eating on top of stress, so I was definitely overweight during that period. So this was my early adult years that I was, through high school, early adult years that I was doing that. Got really out of shape, was really toxic. My life was definitely not in a good place at all. So therefore, after really just coming to myself and just knowing that I wanted more out of life, I felt like it started with me first, and it really kind of like God really just put things in a certain situation where I was just left with making a certain type of decision for my life and what I wanted to do, and me getting out of a toxic relationship and changing my environment, along with me wanting to better myself, was the beginning of me really wanting to get into fitness. Because from that point, I began to just start with little. I didn't try to jump on anything quick or try to make this result happen tomorrow or anything like that. I just started, and I started with just walking. Also, I started walking for 30 minutes a day, and when I was walking, I would just have a certain peace of mind. It's like I was with myself on another level, and it felt good because I had the endorphins going. I had, all this such a good feeling from really treating my body in a certain type of way. So I just kept, started from walking 30 minutes to walking 45 minutes to an hour, and then jogging the next week. I just kept trying to beat my best every day. That's all I kept doing, and before I know it, within 30 days, I lost 30 pounds, and it's like it all came off. Because mentally, I let go of the toxic weight, and I felt like it was like a manifestation in me, and just I let that weight go that I was carrying physically too. Right. So I felt better. I just kept doing a little bit of push-ups and stuff every day, and after getting these results myself, I was I probably could help people, because I want other people to feel this type of self-victory that I felt,
right,
for overcoming myself and everything. And from there, that was the beginning, and I just wanted to start pursuing a career in fitness. And I got my associate's degree with um, health and fitness
Okay.
and went from there. And they helped me with my certification and everything. And I really just trusted God with the process because I wasn't sure if I could do it, but I knew I wanted to do it. And this was coming up into about 2010, 2011 when I began. Worked at LA Fitness for about 4 years. I gathered a wealth of knowledge on how to work with a lot of different people, and that's where I really like honed in a lot of my skills and really found out like my identity as far as what I wanted to be in fitness. So yeah, all the way up from there. It's been about 8 years, and I've been fortunate enough to help and work with a lot of people and help change a lot of lives, physically, mentally, and even spiritually. I try to include the whole thing because that is the whole person, and they all are one and all very connected. And that's what helps us definitely become our best self. Where it's gaining healthy weight, of course, losing weight like most people want. You know, getting a little lean muscle to get stronger, whatever it is to help the person operate. Excuse me, at their best self and be at the best shape in order for them to be able to fulfill a purpose of whatever it is that they want to do.
Right.
So, everybody has a dream. Everybody came to this world with a purpose. And if your vehicle, your shell, is not sufficient enough to get you there, you won't be able to fulfill that purpose. So that's what I always exercise in what I'm doing. So
Man,
that's it.
nah, great stuff, man. Great stuff. Now, you said a lot of interesting stuff there, man. As far as like the toxic waste and carrying around toxic energy and waste and weight, toxic relationships and stuff like that. And then you also said something, like, you were in shape, but you were, excuse me, you were healthy, but you were out of shape. Can if you don't mind, if you could kind of like expound on that a little bit, because I think a lot of people think, uh, being healthy and in shape as the same thing. You know, I look good, or we see the vain stuff, outside, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
However, we can desperately, be totally out of shape, and be unhealthy, realistically on the inside. And so, if you don't mind, man, just take a couple seconds, man, speak on that for a second.
Yeah, that's a great topic and question to really talk about because, like you said, a lot of people think health is what's physically seen by the eye or what's being like what you see, like, and everything really isn't. What I'm saying, what we see is not always what we really see, or the illusion that we create. So people want, because of what somebody else may have or for whatever reason, but they want to quote unquote get in shape, which for them may be to look like somebody that they hold to a high esteem or something or whatever, and that's really, of course, a whole insecurity. That's another issue.
Yeah.
But yeah, that doesn't mean that that's healthy.
Right.
And some people will sacrifice their health in order to look like they're healthy or to get in shape.
Right.
Okay, so and we have women these days that getting certain surgeries, injections, and things like that
Right.
will put them in very very bad places, and it's like putting a beautiful band-aid on a terrible wound, really.
Right.
And it's not really dealing with the whole issue. And sometimes that goes to like even mental health, not just physical.
Right.
So yeah, it's really healthy is really about you, like you being like at your best and your ability to function properly, your organs and everything, working not perfectly, but working in a very balanced way.
Right.
All your systems of the body. So that's really health. That's really health. And when your mind is connected with your body and you're fully aware of yourself, that's more of a healthy thing. And you loving who you are and feeling good pretty much most of the time, not just sometimes, not when you have to use a stimulant or
Right.
something like that to feel good, but just like I exercise with my name, raw energy, just your raw energy, like you should be able to really just feel the best you, and that's your health and everything. So really, what I'm saying, like it's the health and the whole in shape thing. They're not one. Even the men too.
Mm-hmm.
We will just jump into the gym, lift some heavy weight, and will not even try to think anything about like how we eat. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So,
right,
because we, especially us, our arms are out. We just want to have the V taper, a smaller waist, and some big shoulders to help us have that prowess of power.
right,
That look.
right,
You know what I'm saying? And sometimes even we'll sacrifice some things with things like steroids and all that type of stuff. And it's like we all have that. We want that instant gratification. We just want to look like we have that image of it and everything. Though we may be really ill on the inside. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So it's like, yeah, we really got to know the distinction between like what true health is and just looking like it, and really trying to define the or try to compare the two or merge the two of being healthy and in shape. Because you can be healthy on the inside and also be in shape. You can have both.
Right.
And some people think that you can, but you definitely can. And you gotta have a certain life of discipline to have that, obtain that, and maintain that too. You know what I'm saying? So,
Man, I tell you,
yeah.
man, it's rough, man. I be honest. I mean, you said a lot, right? Especially with some of the vein stuff and the steroids and the shots and injections, all the surgeries and stuff. And sadly, in the long run, it really never works out for the people. You see them years later, they look terrible. But man, as a chef, man, it's really rough because we spend most of our time, all day. It's like you're trying stuff, you're making stuff, you're tasting stuff, and it's really, really hard to balance a diet. And then you have those sayings out there, you shouldn't trust a skinny chef, which is another whole thing. And so I think it is important, though, as a culinarian, man, to make sure you live a balanced lifestyle because, we spend long hours on our feet. Our eating habits are just tremendously crazy. And so sometimes, I mean, we may eat one meal or we eat standing up or, we eat so fast and it's like, high metabolism. But at the same time, I know that that's not healthy in the long run. You're not. Man, for the listeners, man, let's talk about raw energy. How did you come up with that? What is that all about?
Yeah, so the raw energy thing that I came up with, like, as far as the name is, well, for one, raw. Um, Sounds like raw as in RAW. So raw energy, just down to the raw realness of about who I am, who you are, and something that I wanted to kind of set an example for. As far as the integrity of the person. So it's your raw energy that you can tap into to really become your best self and fulfill your purpose. And the RA, my first initials of first two letters of my first name, Rashaad, and it also kind of represents the sun as well. I'm a Leo, sun sign too. So I kind of put all that together and fuse that raw energy with the fitness because we tap into our own raw energy through fitness and through health and everything. So that's how that name came about as far as raw energy.
Oh, okay, man. Man, you sound like a complete whole, like balanced person, man. I like that. I like that in tune and tapped in, holistically. Not just, what they call like a meathead or somebody like that, but just, holistically tapped into your fitness. So, tell us, man, how can people get in touch with you?
So yeah, the ways you can get in touch with me, I'm currently on Facebook and Twitter, soon to be Twitter as well. But Facebook, you can look me up. Whole name Rashaad McCummins. That's Rashaad. Then McCummins, that's McCommons. Just put that in a search. You can definitely find me. And I am also on Instagram at I am underscore RA underscore energy. I am raw energy. Right there on Instagram. Follow me. Have plenty of videos on there that show a lot more of what I do as well, as far as the yoga, and also the instructional videos as far as my fitness training, as well as my client results and all the wonderful success stories and everything that I had the fortunate opportunity of being able to take along with people on their journey and everything. So you can also, of course, find me too, website www fitwithrawenergy.com. That's FITWITHRANRG.com. And you can find out there how to book me, all my classes, different programs, some of my apparel, all of that type of stuff. So yeah, we're a movement and we are expanding. So I am going to be working with some great people in this industry to really, be a real change in the environment in my community to really help raise the consciousness of being our best selves and everything through tapping into our raw energy, starting with our health and our wellness.
Man, he didn't even bring me any merch, guys. He talking about get the shirts, and you know what I'm saying, man, I tell you, man, true businessman here, right? No, nah, that's cool, man. So like, what's your popular, or what is your most popular service that you find yourself providing, man? Like, what are people coming to you for more?
So what people come to me most for is really body transformation results.
Mm.
Now the funny thing is about that is that people usually come to me to change something about their body, but they end up becoming more self-aware, and they discover a little bit more of their purpose and the true reason why they want what they want. And sometimes it changes, so they end up getting a little bit more than what they asked for, meaning they not only get the physical results, but they also learn how to not just get the results, but also maintain it through a true mindset and
Mm.
mental change, and also tapping into their emotional body.
Right.
Because sometimes the weight that we hold physically is a manifestation or result of stuff that we hold emotionally and mentally. So I kind of help them clear the space, kind of detox, kind of mind dump, should I say, and kind of find out how their emotional energy is, so they could have that foundation straight, so that they can definitely, get that physical part, because it's going to be the inevitable part if that found mental and emotional state is in the right place. So that's what people come to me most for, is the mainly the body transformation, losing weight, sculpting the body and everything. And one of the other major things is people, they see me do it and they rave the most about it, and that's my personal stretch and mobility sessions that I do.
Okay.
So these are like one-on-one sessions, to where I take you through not just an assisted like full body stretch, but I also incorporate somewhat of a kind of Thai massage
Okay.
type of method into it, so to where it's really kind of working with the energy of the body, helping to loosen up the muscles in a way that it kind of helps release what we call the fascia in the muscle. If you've heard of like myofascial release, so these are actually the fascia. These are parts of the body as a tissue, and the thing is that we hold a lot of emotion in our body, and that's usually where a lot of stress comes from, and tension, and certain aches in the body, some emotions being held in certain parts of the body. If we got a lot on our minds, sometimes we're holding a lot in. We're not mind dumping. We get headaches. Sometimes we have heart issues. Stuff is going on with the back, the hips, the legs, your foundation, how you look at money. A lot of these things are one. Like, it's very all integrated. But people come to me a lot for that, because they need a release somehow, and they don't know how to, get out of it or feel better. So people, they say they feel lighter after doing these mobility sets, and just feel lighter. They don't feel heavy. Certain stress and things we take on make us feel heavy.
Right.
So they say that it helps them feel very light, and they sleep better, and their stress is lower.
Okay.
So that's what I try to do, is just pretty much make people's lives better. You know what I'm saying? Like, help them to feel better in their everyday lives, and be able to do whatever it is that they do, to the best of their abilities, without holding on to stress. So that's what they come to me for, really, to feel good. That's coming to me for it, because they want to feel good, and they get that, and that's just so important in this world that we live in. We have a lot of stress, so yeah. That's what they coming for.
Man,
Yeah.
man, oh, that's awesome, man. And speaking of that, I was reading an article from the New York Times, and it was talking about can what we eat affect how we feel. Talking about um, how one nutritional psychiatrist counsels patients on how better eating may be another tool in helping ease depression and anxiety and may lead to better mental health. And so, you know, and I know you were just speaking on that, and I know you're like a holistic guy. And so, if you could, like, what are your thoughts about that? Like, you were saying if we're stressing about certain things, we're holding that in our
Mm-hmm.
muscles and things like that. Now, mixed with food, since this is a 6 Foot Cook Radio, we want to tie it into food a little bit. What sort of things? I think in this article he was talking about how he prescribed a guy eating oysters, um, and to come back and tell him how he felt. And the guy, obviously came back and he felt better and stuff like that. Like, so is it a certain way we should eat, a certain type of food we should eat? Not a lot of oils, fried food, things like that. I'm from the country, right? So we had an old superstition. It was like, don't eat a lot of pork and go to sleep. It'll cause nightmares, right? And so, is there any truth to stuff like that, though? Or what's your take on that?
I think there definitely is some truth to these things. Definitely. Um, to what you're saying about the having nightmares and eating pork and everything. Um, I I don't know for sure about that, but what I do know is that for sure that energy that food is energy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it's also information. So a lot of things that we eat has certain things um, that either contribute to or or somewhat um, kind of not contribute to, should I just say, to our health, of course,
Right.
and not just our health, even our DNA and bodily makeup. So that means if God created us to be at this level and function at this level, we need to be eating foods that either keep us on that level or keep us on somewhat of uh, a increase as far as quality
Right.
of like health and how we feel. So if we're eating stuff that's very low, that makes us feel low. And you can tell by when you eat certain things, after you eat it, it doesn't matter how good it tastes. You can tell by after you eat it, pay attention to your emotions. It'll tell you exactly what type of energy you
Right.
just received. If you eat something that's really good, full of energy, that's electric, that's alive, it's going to make you feel alive. You're going to have some energy. You're going to have more mental clarity. You're going to be making better cognitive decisions. All of that type of stuff. You're just going to be feeling good. Then you could be eating something that tastes extremely good. It pleases your senses, of course, but it will make you feel very down. You get a headache, your stomach starts to turn, breeds inflammation, swelling, things of that nature.
Mm.
And for at least us in the black community, that's like what we've been handed down from our ancestors, of course, because that's what they were given. And
Right.
we call it soul food, but it's not really the food that our DNA makeup is really supposed to have. That's why we struggle the most in many
Right.
different areas, not just physically but mentally too, is because of the food. So,
So now I don't mean to cut you off.
mm-hmm.
I want you to keep going, but like, so is there like certain foods that we should be aware of, or kind of cut out, try to eat more, or is that like more of a, bio makeup? Because it's like, I've talked to different people and they say, well, for my blood type, I can't eat beef. I shouldn't be eating beef,
Mm-hmm.
or I shouldn't be, my this blood type, I shouldn't be. I should eat more greens than I eat, meat or whatever the case may. Or for my blood type,
Mm-hmm.
I should be eating more red meat. So is there certain things, or should we try to go get tested and see what the actual makeup of our DNA or our bio, whatever you want to call it,
Mm-hmm.
is to what we should be eating versus, oh, I grew up eating this or I like this certain thing, to find out how do we really,
Yes.
be the best us through food.
Yes. That's a great question, Chris. Because what I would say on that is genetics definitely have a great, like they really matter greatly when it comes to you being able to be in your best health, definitely, because we all have a fingerprint and none of us have the same one. So definitely, there's no such thing as a one size fits all, like even way of eating. Some of us can eat meat, some of us can't. Some of us are allergic to this, some of us are not. Excuse me, and that matters a lot. So we can't even say like the American standard diet of what we should have daily value of this, that, and the other should be good for all of us. There's no way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So DNA has a big part of that. And I'm actually working with a company right now, ID Life. They have a DNA kit that what it does is send it to you. Take a little swab. They don't share your information with any third parties. Everything is HIPAA compliant. And you take the 4 swab test, you send the kit in, it takes 2 weeks, they're going to send you results that only you can see. And what it does, it helps break down in a 38-page report everything about you that's specific to, like, down to if you should have more or less iron, if you're deficient in it, what type of exercise you should be doing, whether it be you need to do more heavy weights, high intensity, more endurance, if you're prone to certain injuries, if you're more prone to certain things that have to do with the heart, because I think that's important because even a lot of us, we don't know our family history. We've heard of some things, we do know some things like, mother had this, father had this disease or, thing going on with their health. But that may be it, but there may be more also that we don't know about. So this helps you find out everything about you so that you can have all the information. It's almost like a health Bible for you that is a manual, so to speak. So it helps you like just like a vehicle. You know what I'm saying? Like you got a vehicle and it comes with a specific manual. If you want to know how to operate everything in the vehicle, how much oil it is, what type of grade of fuel to give it, it's going to give you that information so you can have everything you need to pretty much live, and be at your best health and everything in every way.
Right.
So,
so let me ask you, is that information on your website?
It is, and you can find this specifically if you go to www.rashaadmc.idlife.com. That's RASHAADMC.IDLIFE.com. And you have all the information that you need on there. And even if you want to study up on it, find out more of like how the process is, of from the start of you ordering your kit, getting your swab taken, sent it to the lab, and getting your results. So, plenty of information, videos, and everything about that is on that site if you want to find out more about that. I already have some training clients that have already taken the test and have gotten great results with it. Because it helps me even as a trainer to better deliver results because I know, like, okay, this is the right exercise protocol that's right for their DNA.
Right.
I don't have to guess or come up with some type of certain workout or diet plan that I think that she should be on, but it tells her right there what she needs to eat, what she needs to stay away from, what she needs to eat more of, along with the exercise, which equals immediate results. All we gotta do is put the work in.
Right.
So
I think I'm scared to take that though, man.
Yeah.
Because I like bacon. And I don't want to find out I don't need to be eating bacon.
That's the same thing my client said. She said, I don't know if I want to find out.
I've always been hesitant of stuff like that because, like, I think it's a mental thing. I say, man, like, wow, I don't want to go to the doctor, right, because I might find out something. And I feel fine now, but I've known people who've gone to the doctor, they find out some stuff, and then shortly after, like, just, life is over for them. But, yeah, I don't know, man. But, on a serious note, though, I think that's very great, man. Listeners, please hear this information. He's dropping jewels for you guys, especially in the culinary world, man. We got to take better care of ourselves. diabetes and high cholesterol and these different things, man. And the way our life goes, we really do need to pay attention to who we are and have an understanding. I mean, I know it's been a health wave, but I think we still need to take care of ourselves a little bit more as we provide um, services for other people. But man, this has been awesome, man. All right, guys, welcome back, man. Whew. I don't know about you guys, but man, I feel like I've lost about 10 pounds already. I won't even need to go to the gym. But nah, seriously, we're getting some great information with trainer Rashaad from Raw Energy Fitness. And so I want to jump right into this next topic, which is, deemed sometimes controversial. But I want to get your viewpoints on this and get some information because I know you kind of deal with this a little bit. But I was reading an article out of the Washington Post, and it came out yesterday, and it was talking about how the FDA comes down hard against CBD infused food and beverage, ending months of silence. And in this article, it was talking about how the cannabis oil market is expected to grow to 311.7 million this year from 311.7 million this year to a staggering 1.25 billion by 2024, and hemp farming quadrupled in 2019 as the crop, which is legalized, was legalized in the Farm Bill in 2018. We've seen huge new growth opportunity for beleaguered American farmers. More than 1,000 CBD infused products are now available online. But this week, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration issued a warning letters to 15 companies for illegally selling products containing CBD, saying they had violated the Federal Food and Drug and Cosmetic Act at the same time. The FDA published a revised consumer report detailing broad safety concerns about CBD products. The bottom line, the federal government has not concluded that the CBD is generally recognized as safe for use in human or animal food. Thus, CBD in food and drink is still illegal. Man, I mean, like, that's huge, right? Like, that's a big deal for us. With with it gaining such high popularity. The biggest thing to me, though, well, I have a whole thing about the Food and Drug Administration. I don't think food and drugs go together.
I agree.
I mean, they kind of go together, you might get the munchies or something like that. But other than that, as far as that, but outside of that, man, this is big though. This is big for CBD. You're starting to see it pop up a whole lot more. You're starting to see a lot of legalization going on everywhere. But what are your thoughts about this? With them kind of, being Big Brother coming down and saying, hey, this isn't illegal. This is still illegal. It's not all legal yet. We're going to find you here. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that's a pretty interesting thing that we're talking about here. Because definitely me, I support CBD. Definitely think that CBD has helped a lot of people medicinally on so many levels, and I definitely think that it is something that is good and great. Um, of course, in a way, it is kind of a regulation with it as far as different qualities of it.
Mm.
I don't know if that has anything to do with why they say that, but because there is CBD that has some THC with it,
Mm-hmm.
and then or in small amounts, and then there is some CBD that is out there as far as infused that can be used with food, anything edible, that is completely 100% THC free.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, that's the best kind, and they may also be arguing as far as the dosages or the amounts that are infused in there in the foods and everything. I guess because that is not actually something that is like regulated as far as like how much can be put in there, but that may be you know somewhat of a worry for them. But me, I don't see anything wrong with it. I think it's great. I love seeing these different like creative ideas as far as like ways that they, utilize it to put it in food. I follow a lot of, I guess you could say, cannabis chefs that are on like Instagram and different platforms and whatnot. That make some incredible things with it in a creative way and in a safe way with, thought and intent as far as the dosages that are used within it.
Right.
And very small dosages that are just enough just to, definitely do no harm or to cause any, overdose.
Right.
Though they do say you can't really overdose on CBD, actually, especially if it's pure and not THC free. But still, that should be, considered. And, there are chefs out here that are, mindfully doing that. And, like I said, actually, paying attention to how much that they are putting in the foods and everything. So like I said, I think it's great and everything. I think it can, help a lot of people because it definitely helps with the digestive system and even, of course, things like nausea.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it helps with a lot of those things and just balancing the chemical systems of the body, period. So, I guess they're, because it's not fully legal in all 50 states, and everything, and it's only something that's in different states, though it is expanding and growing. For some reason, they have an issue as far as, putting it in food at the moment.
Right. Yeah, because, like over 15 companies received warning letters. Companies like brands like Ben & Jerry's, Unilever, Anheuser-Busch announced products in development. But then you have some of the major stores, such as Walgreens, CVS, Kroger, have all vowed to sell them, right? Nobody's backing down. I think this is the wave of the future, and we just have to understand. And also, let's cut some of the myth of it, right? Like, this isn't like the weed brownies, we'll get spiked with in holiday parties and stuff like that. I think it was a story out, an elderly guy, I forget where it was, but he got in trouble because he made a bunch of weed brownies for his church.
Yeah,
and did you hear about that?
Yeah.
And but this is different, right? So we're talking about CBD, which is the the medicinal properties of the cannabis plant, of the hemp plant, and it's like this is it's for healing, it's for health, it's for whatever we need. It's all the medicinal qualities. So for me, one, I really don't understand. I guess they want to regulate everything or make sure it's safe for people because you probably have some people because I know it's two different kinds, one for the mental, one for the physical. But then you have people out here just making anything, selling it or putting it out. Can cause some damage and putting it under the name. So I guess I can understand. But so you say you should definitely support it. What is a better way? Do you feel like I think infusing it in food is great, right? We eat, it helps balance, it's direct. What is your best method that you would say uh, putting CBD into your body, ingesting CBD? What do you think is the best way?
I mean, because I think the best way that you can get the immediate effects of it in the most simple way that just goes straight to your system is through oil, sublingually. You just get like a tincture, of course it has the oil in it, and you just put a few drops under your tongue. Pretty much goes straight to your system. Okay, so that's like the easiest way to really like get a potent too, and that's important too, getting the potency that you need of the plant, the medicinal effects of it, and of course choosing the kind that is, I mean, it's up to you too, but the kind that is THC free, especially is when it comes to different age groups and everything. So teenagers, adolescents, and even children, they don't necessarily need the kind that have the THC in it. They just need the plant medicine. So definitely taking like drops of tinctures, those are the best way. Then of course you got your gummies. That's another good way if you want to kind of have the sensation of eating candy,
Right.
gummies. I love gummies myself, and those go into your system and they kind of linger for a pretty good time as well. And of course, there's different kind as well. Of course, there's the kind with the THC. Those are the kind that definitely get like the biggest, you know, part as far as like the danger part, because it's too easy for people to overdose, or should I say just take more than what they can handle.
Right.
Is with the THC gummies and stuff like that, because I've heard some stories
Yeah.
when it comes to those, and people eat those and you don't feel the effects immediately.
Right.
With those, it just lingers. It kind of has a very delayed reaction into the cannabinoid systems of the body, and how it like starts to react, and you feel the reactions of it. And sometimes when you're eating it like that, you're like, I don't feel anything, and you eat another one, and something happens that you have a great story to tell after that. You may feel near death, but so really staying away from the ones with THC, is like
Right.
really key. If you just want to have a good balance, calm nervous system, relaxation feeling, while also helping in other areas that you may need that kind of help, whether that's like inflammation or chronic headaches, digestive issues, stress management, sleep quality, um, let's see, and many, 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 many other things. Epilepsy, of course, with children. Children have epilepsy, it helps with that. But in them taking like the tinctures or the oil, that's what the children that dealt with epilepsy, that's what it helped them with. So that's what I really recommend, as far as like something that you can take in your mouth that really you get the most of it, is that oil. Like I said, you got the gummies, and even lollipops. There's a lot of other things out there and everything that you can get it.
So it's an assortment of ways, right?
There's so many
So
ways
easy.
you can get it. Yeah.
No, that's cool, man. And now you're talking about gummies and candy. So it made me think, right? Like the average day of training Rashaad, like what do you eat? What are your meals like? Like what do you do?
So for me, I have a staple. Like no matter how I eat, whether it's good, bad, average, whatever, like I always have my oatmeal.
Yeah.
I have my oatmeal, and I like to add a lot of things within it. I like to kind of balance it out. So I have my oatmeal. I put like some mixed nuts in there, kind of like a trail mix. Throw it in there. I like natural peanut butter. I throw some of that in there. I like honey, so I throw that in there. And then depending on like what I'm taking, like right now, I add a little bit of herbal powder, like ashwagandha. Add that in there as well. Kind of helps with the memory, strength levels, testosterone levels, all that type of stuff. So I add a little bit of that in there, and then I guess it's a little bit of something that I like too. I'm gonna add like a little bit of creamer just to balance out the taste a little bit. And I'll throw a banana in there sometime as well. So I call it like my dirty oatmeal. And I like to have that every morning for sure. Now for, say, lunch, sometimes I have different things. I don't eat the same thing like every single day. Unless I'm like on a meal prep thing, and like I want to focus on a certain type of body goal or something like that. And then I like section my food off. But usually I like to have, sometimes I'll have veggie burritos. I have a Mexican restaurant that's like right next to the gym that I work out and everything. So a lot of times I go by there and I get me a veggie burrito and everything. Fills me up. Sometimes that'd be like the only meal that I eat in the day, because it's pretty good size and everything. But then in the evening, for dinner, sometimes I don't eat it. Depends on, how my day is going. People say you should eat this meal, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Not necessarily. I say like check in with yourself. Be intuitive, see how your body's feeling. If you feel you need food, eat, but never force yourself to eat just
Right.
because you think they told you should have your 3 square meals a day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, if I'm late working and I'm tired at the end of the night and I think I need to eat like a whole dinner or something like that, I would be hurting myself and I wouldn't be sleeping good at night.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I may just eat something light. I may have like just a banana, or I may have like a not as much now, but I used to, but like have maybe like some yogurt, something just light that'll give me like enough to feed the muscles so I can rest, but never going to sleep on a full stomach never helps.
Yeah.
You
I
know what
think
I'm saying?
I think we've been so conditioned on how to eat, what to eat, when to eat, that we don't consider other factors. We just know, oh, I didn't eat dinner, let me eat, and then we go eat this big meal and lay down, and not understanding that this is what's causing the excess pounds or different health conditions, different things like that. And so I think man, I take your advice. I mean, for me, some days most days, realistically, I only eat like once. And I'm just fine. Like, I don't be hungry I'm not hungry all day. And part of that comes from being in the kitchen where, just very, very, snacky eating all day. And that kind of suffices. So I might get a snack or something, but realistically, like, as far as like a meal, I'll eat one nice sized meal at some point during the day before I go in to rest. And then after that, I try to make sure, I'm not always good at it, but I try to make sure it's not late, because I want to give my body time to kind of like, metabolize it and get it through the system and get what it's going to get from it. But, sometimes I do. But most of the time I'm pretty good at that, and I go just fine. So I definitely believe that. But we're going to take a quick break, guys, and we're going to come back with Trainer Rashaad's inspirational quote. You know how we do here. We love our inspirational quotes, man. Keep us going, keep us positive. And I think this ought to be a very, very good one with our trainer here. So we'll be right back. Oh, man, welcome back, man. Sitting here having a great time with Trainer Rashaad from Raw Energy Fitness, man. This has been an amazing, amazing interview here, man. I feel like, we're getting some great, great value, some great information. Uh, we always end the show with the inspired quote. And so, Rashaad, man, I'm gonna turn it over to you, man, and give us your inspired quote, brother. Inspire us.
You ready for it?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So yeah, this is my quote. This is my inspiring quote. Health is wealth. Let me say it again. Health is wealth. Health is true wealth. When you think about it, a billionaire, if he could buy it, he would buy somebody else's health on his deathbed, but he can't. So, really, when you think about it, too, if you don't have your health, how are you going to get to the wealth? Even though that's not just money and this, that, and the other, success or whatever. Wealth is a wealth of knowledge, a wealth of wisdom, a wealth of joy, a wealth of love around you. All these things, like living a full life, really. So if you don't got your health, how can you really enjoy that or even have the chance to even get to that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So making your health as a foundation of your wealth and your value and your purpose of living and everything, that's really your true wealth and everything, because that's something that money can't buy. It's real true health, you know what I'm saying? Just really feeling good, being healthy, being able to, do what you want to do without getting injured, and being able to be strong enough and able enough to fulfill your purpose. And
right.
I want to say this too, your purpose really is the core of your health.
Right.
And everything. If you know why you're here, you would take care of yourself better. A lot of us don't know why we're here. We don't know what we want to do. We don't have a reason to even go to the gym.
Right.
Wake up early to go to the gym. prep our meals. Just taking 2-3 hours out of the week just to prep our meals, so we always have something ready for us to eat, as opposed to getting something else and buying out. You know what I'm saying? Taking the time to do self-care stuff. You know what I'm saying? Anything that contributes to just bettering you, all of that matters. And if you have a sense of purpose and be like, okay, I need to keep myself up because I have to fulfill this purpose. I have to write this book. I have to, be this world-class chef like yourself, or I have to be able to help this many people become healthier and wealthier and all that type of stuff. If I make that the sole purpose of it, whatever it is, being there for your family, being able to, keep up with them, grandchildren, children, whatever. If you make that the focus, then you'll make better choices. It'll give you a reason to discipline yourself, and that's what it, really comes down to. Living a life of discipline, yet having fun and having balance at the same time. So that's why I say health is wealth, because man, if you don't have your health, what do you truly have?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I just keep that in mind, really.
Nah, that's powerful, man. You find, you find some of the most powerful things in the world are, so easy to understand, or so simplistic, right? And it's not a long drawn out anything, right? I like to live like that. Health as well. I have to keep that in mind, man. Definitely want to enjoy the wealth that God gives us. And can't do that on your sick bed or something like that. So, man, man, this has been a great, great, awesome time. I really appreciate you coming. Now, do you have a specific location you are right now? Can people come by and see you at the gym or what?
Absolutely. I do have a main gym that I do work out of, mornings and evenings, really. I would say from 7 in the morning to 12 noon, and then in afternoons from like 5 to 8. But in Marietta, if you're anywhere in around the Marietta area, we're kind of closer on the Powder Springs side. But Powder Springs, the address is 2325 Powder Springs Road Southwest, in Marietta, Georgia 30064. But I mainly train there.
Okay.
It's just a nice small gym. It's something different from like LA Fitness or Gold's Gym or whatever, or Planet Fitness. It's kind of like an intimate settings where we get to focus on your results and your results specifically, without all the intimidation of people watching you, and you have somebody that's like really in your face, and we have great music, great vibes, everything to go along with it, and just great people that also come there as well. So we really representing in the area, really helping out, and really influence the community in a real positive way, with just offering this fitness and everything. So you can definitely check me out. I'm usually down there. I also train sometimes at Aspire Fitness, that's in Austell, Georgia.
Okay.
Just about 2-3 miles away from that Marietta gym and everything. So you can also find me there too. So yeah, that's mainly where I train out of.
I love it, man. No, I tell you, man, I love those more intimate spaces, man, and sessions, because and I think, like, for everybody, right? Like when people go to gyms, you got the big buff guy, and that's how people get hurt. They trying to compare themselves to these guys and make their chapter 1, somebody else's chapter 30, and it's like, hey, look, go at your own pace. We're gonna push you, definitely, but we're here to work with you and what you got going on, and let's not look around at someone else who's been coming to the gym for the last 20 years and they're in great shape doing all this stuff. Nah, man, definitely, man. Well, look, man, I first of all just want to really, really thank you for stopping by today, spending your time with us, man. We know you're a busy guy. But at the same time, man, you're always reaching out and doing things to help the community. So one more time before you go, man, please, please, please share with our listeners, all your social media or how they can get in contact with you, man, because I'm pretty sure some people who are going to definitely want to check you out and, You should be getting some calls in from this audience, man.
Absolutely. Again, this is trainer and coach Rashaad with Raw Energy Fitness, where we tap in, and you can find me as far as my website, www.fitwithrawenergy. That's FITWITHRANRG.com. And you can also find me on Instagram at I am underscore RA underscore energy. I am raw energy. And you can definitely find out a lot of different information on me as far as visuals and see some of the things that I do in videos and instructionals that I put out there as well, and also my client experience as well. And Facebook, just look me up, Rashaad McCummins. That's my government, first and last. RASHAAD. Last name MCCOMM.ONS. And you can definitely find me on there as well. And as far as the genetic testing, the DNA kits and everything, to find out more info about that, you can definitely go to my site directly, www.rashadmc.idlife.com. So that's my first name, Rashaad, RASHAAD MC.idlife.com. And that's where you can find out more info about that.
Man, well, health. Oh man, we didn't even get to talk about yoga. We're gonna have to bring you back to talk about that and the benefits of it. Man, I tell you what, you inspire me. It looks like it hurts. I don't know if I can do it, but it definitely inspired me. But hey, guys, we had health trainer, yoga instructor, wellness coach, all these great things. But a great, great guy, man, who I really believe in, and I've seen his transformation, and I know that he knows what he's doing. And I know he can help you as well. It's very important, man. We want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts for you stopping by today. We've really enjoyed the time. And we're definitely going to have to get you back and talk about this yoga because, hey, there's some interesting things about that I want to talk about. But that's our time for today, guys, man. We really appreciate you. Remember, check us out. And if you have any questions or want to send any questions in or get more info from us, remember, hit us up at info@the6footcook.com, or you can always check us out at our website, www.the6footcook.com. Y'all enjoy your week. Peace.